Before we jump into today's video, I want to give a quick shout out to our channel sponsor, Many Realms. If you're looking for Magic the Gathering and Magic the Gathering related supplies, be sure to check out ManyRealms.com. I'll post a link to their website in the video description, so be sure to go check them out. What's up, everybody? How's everyone doing out there today? Welcome back to Wildcat MTG. Today we are going to do another Avatar Collector Box battle. How this thing is going to work is we have 4 participants. We're going to crack this thing open. Each one of them is going to get 3 packs. We're going to open those packs in rounds of 3, adding up the mana values for all the rares and all the mythics. And at the end of this thing, the person with the highest total mana value and the person with the lowest total mana value amongst their rares and mythics are each going to get one Innistrad Remastered Collector Pack to go along with their other spoils. In the event of a tie, we will take the highest mana value mythic as the first tiebreaker, the highest mana value rare as the second tiebreaker, and if we need a third tiebreaker, maybe we'll have a jousting contest, perhaps a pie eating contest. It was, in fact, recently Thanksgiving, so we'll probably have some of that laying around. Or we will simply go down the line with the highest mana value rare until we have a tie, no more. So update for me. I committed to watching the Avatar show, the 3-season show, and probably about, I don't know, maybe 2/3 of the way through the 2nd season. I think I just watched the Wan Shi Tong episode, and I am really enjoying the show, I must admit. All right, 3 for David F., 3 for Zeffy, 3 for Justin B., and last but not least, 3 for Jeff. So, yeah, I think it's like a nice, easy watch. I enjoy that there's a, I'll say a sweetness about the show where the characters aren't monsters. I enjoy that you know, in a world where, listen, I can watch, you know, high leverage Breaking Bad things where like you binge watch 3 or 4 episodes of that and you just feel like you need a hug afterwards. I enjoy that there's a sweetness about the show. The storytelling has been pretty good as well. So I am enjoying it. I'll eventually make my way through, and I tend to binge watch like 3 or 4 episodes at a time, 4 or 5 episodes at a time, and then put it down and then pick it back up. So anyways, that's enough of that update. David, why don't you start us off? Good luck, everyone. Let's have some fun. And I will say, as far as the Avatar set is concerned, I think it's fair to say the set has actually been impactful on Constructed. Badger Mole Cub is a real card. Wan Shi Tong is pretty good, but there's a lot of value in the eternal legal cards in this set that I wasn't necessarily sure would hold up, and boy, it sure has. Ooh, Dave, you start off with a borderless foil Faded Firepower. Pretty good mythic as well. That's a neat one. That is a 3/4 mana value. Next up, we have Scout's Warning. That is non-foil. That's a 1. Into Great Divide Guide. Allies is kind of a deck, and this card is what we call an enabler for that deck. All right, Lo and Lee Royal Advisors. That's a 4. Extended Art Foil. And then Ba Sing Se, which is the just arrived to in the episode I think I'm watching right now. All right, Mountain, and for what it's worth, there is a $30, $25, $30 uncommon in the Eternal Legals because the Earthbending Student or whatever it is, they forgot to put it in the Jumpstart product, so you can only get it in foil and only in collector packs and only in that one slot. So we'll look for that. Okay, 3, 7, 8, 9. Is that a 10? No, 3, 7, 10 it is. 10 it is, yeah. So, you know, I know the easy comparison with Avatar is Spider-Man. And by the way, I even had some thoughts about Spider-Man, but I think that's a different video. But I will say, like, Avatar is not Spider-Man. It has been impactful. In fact, even some of the Eternal Legal cards I think are seeing some legacy play. So there's that. South Pole Voyager, definitely part of that Allies deck. That is a Extended Art Foil. That's a 2. Followed by Release to Memory. Oh, okay. I had to remember. I was like, man, it's been a while since I've seen that card. What is that card? It's a 4 for mana value. And there's Katara Waterbending Master. That is the card I was speaking of. This card is seeing some legacy play. It is, if you want to read it, great. It is quite a house. So that's a 2 for mana value. That's a good hit there. Followed by Nyla Shirishu. And then I never pronounced this one correctly. I'm not even going to try. I will fumble it. And a lot to learn. Okay. So I will sleeve up the Katara. Very nice hit there. Pretty good card. 2, still 2. 7, 11, 13, 4, 5, 6, 11, 13 it is. Yeah, pleasantly surprised with how many of those like Jumpstart cards and Eternal Legal cards are actually pretty sought after. Toph is another one. The green experience counter card. All right, Justin, you're up next. You're going to start off with the Sokka Tenacious Tactician. That is a 4 for mana value in that foil showcase. Next up, ooh, hey, it's Wildcat, the Molten Pinnacle, Volcano of Roku's Island. Sweet hit, 0 mana value. Thought, sure, how about another Sokka Tenacious Tactician? Weird to be in the same pack, but okay. Next up, Nightmares and Daydreams. That is a 3 for mana value in the foil. And ooh, oh yeah, look at that. Very nice hit there, Wan Shi Tong Librarian. Really good card. Really, really good card. Very nice hit there, Justin. Sleeve that up there momentarily. Lost in the Spirit World in that uncommon slot. So, you know, no $30, $25, $30 uncommon. All right, so 2, 5, 9, is that 13? 4, 8, 10, 13 it is. All right. Okay. Jeff, you are up next. The high is currently 13, Jeff. Can you beat that? Oh my God. And you're going to start off with a Tai Li Chi blocker. That is extended art foil. That is a 3. Ooh, Mystic Remord. Non-foil, but still really cool hit. Love that art. And I did enjoy that episode as well. That is a 1 for mana value. Nice hit. Love the art on that. Next up, Sokka Bold Boomeranger. That is a 2. Baboon Spirit. That is a 3. And conclude with an Aang at the Crossroads, which is a 5 for mana value. And I think I love that they did like an uncommon, rare, couple rares, and mythic Aangs, and I think pretty much all of them are like strangely playable as well. That's a 5 for mana value. Yeah, nope. Princess Yu. And that's going to do it there. So what do we got going on here? We have ourselves a 1 plus 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, and a 14, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 13, and 14 it is. Jeff, you have taken the commanding lead in the high with a 14. David, in the low with the 10. Zephy and Justin B both with a 13, and Jeff, as I mentioned, in the high with a 14. Into round 2 we go. Okay, David, you are going to start off with the Toph, the first Metal Bender. That is a 4 for mana value, and that showcase foil. Next up, we have Intruder Alarm as a 3. It's kind of a cool reprint. Hey, ooh, Secret of Bloodbending, neat. That's actually the first time I've seen it in the showcase. That is a 4 for mana value. And, man, Mindslavers. Mindslavers a pretty good hit. That's a 4. Next up, you have Fire Nation Sentinels. That is a 5. And then conclude with an Azula Cunning Usurper, which is also a 5. That's more like it for the mana value. Solid ground for that uncommon slot there. And then our regular uncommons and commons after that. So let us sleeve up the Mythic. Some good base level, I say base level, I mean set Mythics so far, right? We've seen Faded Firepower, Wan Shi Tong, and Secret of Bloodbending. So we have a 5, 10, 14, 17, 21. 5, 10, 14, 17, 21 it is. Whoa. That puts you at a 31. We are going to keep that borderless Faded Firepower on top. All right, Zephy, back to you. We've yet to see any of the foil source materials. Probably going to average about 3 per box. Here we go. You start with a Jasmine Dragon Tea Shop in the extended art foil. That is a 0 for mana value. Well, there's our first foil of the box. In that source material slot, the Mechanist Tactician Tinker, which is Lita. So Lita was from what? Jumpstart 2022, maybe? Question mark? But that is a really nice foil, and Lita's a pretty good card as well. So that's kind of a neat hit. In that foiling, that is a 3 for mana value. I will sleeve that up momentarily. And then an extended art non-foil, Ba Sing Se. Another 0. Fire Nation Occupation. That's a 3. And then conclude with an Earthbender Ascension, which I didn't realize is a rare, but it's actually a pretty decent card. And then Animal Attendant as the uncommon there. That is not the uncommon in question. Okay, so let me sleeve up that Lita. Actually, it might be the first time I pulled that card. Like in any version. Foil or non. 3, 6, 9. 9 it is. Pretty easy on the math there. That will give you a 22 in toto. Justin, you're at a 13. Now chasing 31 for the high or staying below 22 for the low at the moment. Here we go. Oh, dang, Swift Savior. This card is seeing a lot of play, and that's a really cool version of it as well. That is a good-looking card. Beautiful. I will flip that over in just a moment. But, yeah, as I mentioned, the Aang's pretty good. 2-3 flash flyers. So, like, I think the comparison is like Spell Queller, right? Flash flying when enters airbend up to one other target creature or spell. And then you can waterbend for 8 and transform them, which does flip into the Aang and La Ocean's Fury. And we did see a foil source material there. It is Lifelong Friendship, which is Eladamri's Call, which is a really cool one. That's beautiful. And if I know anything about Justin, I'm going to guess he's got some good use for this card as well. That's cool. Nice hit there. All right. Bison Whistle. Chakra Meditation in the extended art foil. And then the Sokka Bold Boomeranger, this time in the traditional foil. And that will do it there. Founding of Omashu. Okay, let me do some sleeving here real quick. Let's sleeve up the Aang real quick as well. All right, so we've got ourselves a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 12 it is. Put you at a 25, which does take you out of the low, at least for the moment. Man, you have some choices. I'm going to keep the Wan Shi Tong on top against my better judgment, but... All right, Jeff, you're at a 14. You were at the blistering high of 14 coming into this round, but David did put up a 21. So you're chasing 17 for the high to tie at the moment, or otherwise you need to stay below 22 for the low, which is apparently possible. Here we go. You are going to start off with a Toph Hard-Headed Teacher. Pretty good card. Extended art foil. Really, it's a pretty good card. Ooh, that is a nice hit there. So the Mystic Remora and the Banyan Tree, which is the Great Henge. That is about the best you can do in that slot there for non-foil. That is a 7 for mana value as well. Very nice hit there. Next, we have the borderless Ran and Shaw. That is a 5. Followed by Zuko, Firebending Master. So Danny Zuko is back with Firebending Master. Many of you will not understand that reference, and that is perfectly okay. And a traditional foil Sandbender Scavengers after that. All right, and Bosco Just a Bear. Good old Bosco. And our foil, our uncommons and commons after that. All right, so let me sleeve up the Great Henge. Let me sleeve up Zuko. And let's do some counting here. So we have ourselves I think I said a 7. I meant a 9. 9, 10, 11, 16, 17, 18. That a 22, 4, 5, 6, 11, 13, 9, 22 it is. Yeah, wow. Okay. 36. That puts you in the high. So, back into the high, I should say. All right, so heading into this final round here. David with a 31. Zeffy in the low with a 22. Justin sort of right there with a 25. And now Jeff with a 36. Pretty good box so far. David, we are back to you. Good luck, everyone. Last round. Here we go. You start off with the Mechanist Aerial Artisan. That is a 3 extended art foil. Followed by, ooh, neat, Lightning Bolt. Beautiful. Love the art on that. That is a 1. It's not going to help your quest for the high, unfortunately, but sweet card, sweet art. Obsessive Pursuit. I kind of like this, and that showcase version of it looks really good. That's a 2. Card definitely seeing some standard play. Suki Kiyoshi Captain. Very nice. That is a 3 extended art foil. And then a Spirit Water Revival, which is a 3. And Appa Aang's Companion. And that will do it there. All right, so what do we end up with here? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that a 12? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 12 it is. Huh. It puts you at a 43. I think it's going to kind of leave you in no man's land a little bit, but we'll see. I don't think the high is your friend, so what you really need is Zeffy and Justin to put up some high mana value packs to try and capture the low. Speaking of, Zeffy, you're at a 22 right now, so you are in the low currently, 3 below Justin heading into this round, and 21 below David. Come on, there we go. You're going to start with a Wartime Protesters, a card also seeing some play in that Allies deck. That is a 4 for mana value, extended art foil. And another foil, it is Mirrorwing Dragon. All right, that's actually the first time I've seen that as well. It used to be a mythic, but it's kind of been power crept over time. That is a 5 for a 4/5 flying that also does some other shenanigans, but kind of a cool hit. And like I said, I think this is the first time I've seen this in foil at least. That is a 5. Next up, we have Iroh, Dragon of the West. Iroh's a great character as well. Jet, Rebel Leader. Ooh, Redirect Lightning. Very nice. One of the better rares from the set as well in the traditional foil. That is a 1. Eel Hounds. We have hit a lot of green uncommons in that slot. Not the green uncommon. All right. Here we go. I will sleeve up the foil source material. Get a bunch of this stuff afterwards. What do we got going on here? We have ourselves a 5, 6, 10, 14, 18, 4, 8, 12, 13 plus 5, 18 it is. That will put you at a 40, which for the moment will still be good enough for the low. All right. Justin, you have a 25. You are 15 below Zeffy currently. So a 14 or less is likely going to capture you the low. 15 forces a tie. Above that, not good enough. Here we go. Obsessive Pursuit, this time in the Showcase foil version. That is a 2. Next up, we have Fire Nation Tank Train, which is Noxious Gearhulk, and that is a 6 for mana value. Followed by Azula, Cunning Usurper, this time in the borderless. That is a 5. Ooh, another mythic. Avatar Roku Firebender. Not a bad hit there in the extended art foil. Not bad at all. Avatar Roku Firebender. It's a pretty solid card. One of those Eternal Legal cards. And then Firebending Student, which is also like, just like if you untap with it and let somebody swing with it, you're probably in real big trouble. That's rough, buddy. It's exactly what it is when Firebending Student is allowed to swing at you. Let me sleeve up the Avatar Roku. Six, 7, 8, 13, 19, 21. 6, 7, 8, 13, 14, 15 plus 6, 21 it is. 46. It actually puts you into the high for the moment. So, Jeff, here it is. You were at a 36. You are 10 below Justin for the high. 11 to win outright. Zeffy, I don't know. 4 mana value might theoretically be possible. There are lands in this set, so I don't want to say you have the low. Here we go. Ooh, sweet. Marit Lodge token with that Aang Awoken avatar. That's cool. Really, really nice. All right, that's not why we're here, though. Let's go. You're going to start off with a borderless foil Waterbender Ascension. That is a 2. Followed by Bribery, which is a 5. Next up, Firebender Ascension, which is a 2. Puts you at a 9. Desperate Plea. Your Desperate Plea was heard, and I believe you now have recaptured the high. That is a 2. And then Wartime Protesters again, which is a 4. And Katara Seeking Revenge. So no super expensive uncommon in this particular box. But 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is at a 15. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 15 it is. Which will give you a 51 and will be good enough for the high. And I'm just going to say it like, this is a fun box, and B, I think this box was pretty good. There's a lot of good and fun stuff in this particular box. So final standings. David with a 43. Zeffy, you have captured the low with a 40. Justin with a 46. And Jeff in the high with a 51. Zeffy, you have the low. You have the honors. Going from those packs to the Innistrad Collector packs, which are substantially easier to open. Like shredding paper there. Here we go. Yeah. Ooh, hey, there you go. Retro Frame Foil Edgar Markov. Not bad. Not bad at all. Sweet hit there with the Granddaddy of Vampires. Followed by, how about a Retro Frame Balefire Dragon? Yep, that's cool. Next up, a Borderless Collective Brutality. It was, in fact, Collective and Brutal. And a Pack Foil, Traditional Foil Bedlam Reveler, Wretched Griff, Travel Preparations, etc., etc. Very nice. Edgar Markov, Retro Frame Foil, and a Retro Frame Balefire Dragon. Not the worst. All right, Jeff. You're going to start off with a Huntmaster of the Fells and the Retro Frame Foil. Not quite on par with Edgar. But how about you doubled up? That's unfortunate. Okay. Come on, come on, come on. Cultivator Colossus. All right, I don't hate that. Retro Frame Cultivator Colossus. And then a Memory Deluge. Oh, hey, Retro Frame Foil Delver is not a bad little hit there, actually. A little bonus hit. And it is foiled on both sides. Very popular card. And there is the only known version of the Retro Frame Foil. Well, yeah, the only known version of that. So that's kind of cool. Innistrad Remastered is a good time, man. It really is. All right. Well, that is going to do it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, do me a favor. If you're not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button for me. Hit the like button for me. And by all means, drop me some comments. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much, everybody. And be well.